What are your strengths? What do you have that is a strength that you use to grow, to be, to have, to do? We all have strengths in our physiology, in everything we're doing, in who we are. So harness and move in on those strengths that you have. Because when you realize and notice the strengths you have, you will be more in a frame of mindset to actually move forward. Because your mind is very, very powerful. And I'm sure you know this by now if you've been listening and following me for any amount of time. You know that your mind is very powerful and it has two sides. You have your conscious mind and you have your subconscious mind. And neuroscience is proving more and more every day how mindset and how we think and feel and program our own minds makes new neural pathways. That's a given. It's science. So what I'm going to ask you here right now is, excuse me a second, are you acknowledging your strengths that you have? Are you looking at the strengths you have and saying, okay, I can do this. I can make this happen. I can be that person. I can, I will, I do. So when you do and you realize that you are that person, the problem that we have, and we see more and more of it, is people not taking the motivation to the next level. So the way I see it is you get motivated to do something. You want something really bad. You want to change your life. You want to change your income. You want to change your business. You want to make it all better or make it more for you. And then you do this and you have the motivation, but then you don't light it on fire. You don't ignite it. So I look at the motivation that we have as being like kindling. If you've ever started a campfire or a fire in your fireplace or whatever, motivation is like the kindling, the little pieces of wood and paper that you put underneath the big wood to make it ignite. So when you look at your motivation as being kindling, it's actually there to start the fire. Motivation is for starting you, is for getting you up and at it and going forward. So when you look at it that way, it's a little easier to understand and a little easier to see. So the subconscious mind will rule you every time, and not the subconscious part of your mind that you think you want to have going. It's the part, unless you have removed your limiting beliefs, those beliefs that will hold you back and protect you and keep you safe from starting anything, from succeeding at anything, because it gets a little painful, because it's uncomfortable, because it doesn't feel good. If it hurts, if it's uncomfortable, if you're unsure of yourself, you're on the right path. Because if you stop and don't listen to the subconscious mind that is stopping you from going and doing it, then you're going to find that you're going to get closer and maybe even exceed the goal that you were working on, or the system that you were creating, or the coaching program that you were making, or the way you were launching yourself to be a coach. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. If you get out of the box, we've talked a lot about in the last 3 years about being in a box and how we tend to put our lives in a box, keeping it all nice and neat and tied up with a bow, and nobody can get in, nothing can get out, and we feel safe. That's what our subconscious mind does to us. It doesn't do it for us. It's been programmed from back in the day when you were a child. So unless you remove those limiting beliefs, I know this is really harsh, and a lot of people aren't going to want to hear this. But if you stay on to the end of this presentation, you're going to find the golden key, the answer. And like I said, it's not easy to hear. And that's why there's a lot of leaders out there, a lot of coaches out there who do not give this information out freely. They will only give it out to select people that they coach because they don't want to offend anybody, or they don't want to make anybody upset, or they don't want to, be unfriended, or whatever the deal is going on. But there's a lot of coaches out there who will not go this route and tell you the truth. As you know, anyone that knows me knows I'm not one of those people. I will give you the truth, and I will give you the facts as they are. And it's all about neuroscience. It's all about quantum physics and how it all blends together, and how we all create our own worlds, our own lifestyles, by what we think and what we believe, and the emotions we have attached to those thoughts and those feelings. Because everything you do has an emotion attached to it. Like I said, if you get to that point and you're working on a system, you're working on a strategy, you're building your business, you need to take it to the next level. Maybe you need to make $200,000 a month. You're at that point. You need to do that. That's going to put you in lack. So get rid of the need. Start working on the solution of what this is going to give you. And start changing your mindset. Because your mindset has a way of stopping you every time. And it will either launch you forward or it will hold you back because it's protecting you. That is a limiting belief, honey, that you do not need. That is a limiting belief that is holding so many people back. I didn't buy this book. I should have bought it and read it, but I just seen it as I was passing in a bookstore a while back. And it just caught my eye. I should have bought it, but I didn't. It was 1,000,001 Reasons and Excuses I Have for Failing. And I should have bought that book because it had the cutest title, 1,000,001 Reasons Why I Have the Excuses I Have for Failing. I don't remember the author of it, but if you're ever in a bookstore or anything, take a look and see if you find that. If anybody finds that, let me know who the author is. I would like to order that because that would just be good to have in my library now that I'm thinking about it. But when you take control of your mind, and this is neuroscience, and I am not a scientist, and it's also quantum physics. I'm not a physicist, but I do study this, and I study it intently because I like to know how these things affect my mind and my business. And like I said, when I learn something that works, and I've tried it and I've tested it on multiple things, on multiple we's and me's, I will release it to you because I know it's going to work. So when you step out of the box, there's a box you've got yourself into. When you step out of that box, it's going to be painful. It's not going to be happy. And you're going to feel discomfort. And you're going to feel, what am I doing? And why am I doing this? Oh my gosh, I'm going to fail. You're going to have all these things run through your mind. That's when you need to stop the thought and just say to your subconscious mind, thank you for giving that to me, but I don't need you anymore. And release it. Let it go. You do not need that anymore. Replace it with, okay, this hurts right now. This is painful. I'm not sure of myself. I don't know if this is going to work for me. I may fail. So what? If you fail, you fail. Failure is just another stepping stone to the success that is meant for you. So the next question is, what brought you to this physical plane? As your soul, being pure energy, what prompted you to come to this earth plane to have a life? What was your purpose? What was your mission? What were you going to do? And if you don't know, you might want to meditate a little bit deeper on that, and you'll get some more answers the more in tune you get with your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. and get them working together. There's no reason why the mind that's working right now during the day, that's doing all the talking and the jabbering and doing all the work, why it can't be in connection with the subconscious mind. Because when they work together, you will find you will get more opportunities come your way. You will get more people coming your path who are doing what you want to do. You will get more people that you need to associate with to get to the point that where you want to get to. And that's what it's about. You won't get where you want to go totally by yourself. Number one, you have to be in tune with yourself, of course. You have to be open to receiving direction, teaching, skills. And when you learn the skills that you need to get to that next level, to make that money, to overcome the obstacles that jump in your path, when you get to that point where you are skilled in learning how to do these things, you are skilled in receiving how to be that person and using the motivation that you have for every project you get will be a new motivation. Every project I find requires me to have a new motivation. And every time I do that and I get it and I'm gung-ho, I'm excited and I'm just flourishing. And when I do that and I get it and I tell myself, okay, I'm lighting the fire, and I light a match and I throw it on the kindling, which is my motivation. And with that, I'm able to, I don't stop. I keep going regardless. And you can do the same. There's no reason why. If you have a willing to go all in and to be that person and to see why things aren't working for you and to see what you can do to make them work, look at first your motivation. Use it to your advantage. Use it to build, grow, and have. Be, do, have. So when you do that, realize your mind is powerful. Your mind will stop you dead in your tracks if you let it, because it's protecting you. It's protecting you. It's keeping you safe from what it thinks is going to hurt you or what makes you uncomfortable. The more we are willing to get uncomfortable, the more we're willing to get out of that box, and the more we're willing to say, not just to our minds, but to everybody around us, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I am doing what I want to do, and I am happy doing it. You're going to find the more you do this, the easier life is going to be. I'm not saying you're not going to have hard times. I'm not saying that at all. Everything in the world and everything in life is up and down. It's what I call a revolving roller coaster. Some things are up, some things are down. Some days your sales are up, some days your sales are down. Some days I could make XYZ money, and some days I make just Z money. It just depends. It's up and down. That's why you prepare. You prepare your business. You prepare your lifestyle. You prepare everything for the ups and downs. Doesn't matter if it's a recession, a docession, or whatever. Be prepared. Because just because the government's going one way, the economy's going another way, doesn't mean you won't keep going your way. Most people get panicked if things don't go their way. Most people lose sight of the big picture they have created for themselves when something gets in the way, when there's a path glitch or something is not right, gets in the way. And then they stop and they just have a pity party. And like I said, most coaches will not talk to you like this, and a lot of us, we won't give that information, but I'm not the average coach. I will tell it like it is, and I will help people through it. So if you don't believe it, then what's holding you back? If you don't believe you can do it, then why are you starting? If you don't believe this is for you, that you want this home business, that you want this lifestyle, that whatever it is you want to create, if you don't believe that it's yours, if you don't believe you can have it, why don't you get a regular job and go to work for somebody else and make them millions? Or you could believe in yourself. You could believe in your mindset and change the parts of it you need to. And so it's uncomfortable. That's good. That means you're growing. That means you are excelling. If something isn't right, and never ever say, I don't have the money to grow. I don't have the money to grow my business. I don't have the money to invest in myself. Don't ever say that. Because you know what I know you do, is when you want to do something and you know it's right, there's always a way to get the money. So don't ever say you don't have it. There's always a way to get the money. So that's just a tidbit there that helps. It actually helps a lot of people when they realize that every time they've wanted something really bad, I mean, they needed this to grow or to do or to have, they found a way. There's always a way. So that's part of your mindset, and that's part of your motivation being the kindling, because you're going to light a fire under that motivation that you create. And that fire is going to set you, boom, going forward. It's going to keep launching you, because your motivation is you in action. It is. Motivation is you in action, and it is emotion. Emotion is motivation in action. And when you have the emotion attached to what you want to create, what you want to do, baby, you are unstoppable, and you will just keep flourishing more and more every single day. Like I said, your subconscious is in control. Your conscious mind rules you during the day, but the subconscious is always working. It's always there. When you can reprogram and program it to what you want it to be. I know it sounds out there, it sounds far-fetched. It's neuroscience. It is a proven fact, proven scientific fact that we rewire our brains to what we want them to be. And I encourage you to follow these steps. And when you run across someone that is teaching, that is doing, and they're being honest, and they're telling you, what's going on and how, different things, listen to their video, listen to their teaching all the way through. Don't go halfway through and go, pooey, and then let it go, because it's not going to help you to succeed. I mean, when you can get what you need to get in a few minutes to just light that fire, just ignite you, bam, that's what you need. And that is what we offer, is to help people to grow, to succeed, and to be motivated. Grow your business. Why not? Nothing is stopping you. There's no one, no thing, and nothing that can stop you from having a successful business. Grow a team. Be an affiliate. Get in with this. You can do this and learn. Get in with a platform that will teach you how to do this. Get the skills. Get the skills that you can use for any niche that you're in. When you get the regular skills for marketing, on how to do it, and mindset and attraction marketing, you can go anywhere and do anything when you have attraction marketing. It's true. I use it. I'm an attraction marketer. I'm an affiliate. I'm a coach. I am a website designer. I am all of these things and above. So pick one. Just pick one thing and get the skills and move forward. Okay? Thank you so much for joining us here today. Subscribe to our channel, because we want to see it grow and to help more people. Okay? I have a training up here that will launch you forward in your business when you're ready. If you're not, I don't know how much longer this particular one, I may not put it out again. I'm not sure. So grab it today before it's gone. Okay? Thank you so much. I am grateful for you.